What do you want in your life?
Who am I and why am I here? You know, who are you? Why are you here? Who are you really?
How do I produce happiness in my life when I'm not happy?
Why do some people suffer and it appears that some people are not?
How do I bring back the experience of love with a partner or with my fellow workers when in fact I don't feel it?
So what is all that about?
You might be looking at this and wondering, so what is this anyway? What are they trying to do with this movie? Are they trying to make a better secret movie? Or are they trying to give us the real secret? Well, quite frankly, we're not doing any of that. We're doing work that stands on its own.
We're opening up some distinct possibilities for you, but they're very specific, and they're very rigorous, and they're very disciplined. And in order to have them be powerful, they must be that way.
You may notice that you have particular patterns in your life. Patterns in job, patterns in money, patterns in relationship, patterns in health. So for example, you have a different job but the same boss appears.
I used to say that I had the same boss for 10 years, though I had about 10 different jobs, and one time my boss even showed up as a woman because it was the same thing. I was creating the same person in my life. My belief system back then was that I needed people to tell me what to do, so I needed someone very strong and controlling to tell me what to do.
See, if you could just have the future, you just have opportunity. There's no opportunity in the past. And what happens is the past seeps over into the future, so that when you look to the future, you see past and future sort of mixed together.
You know, people are living for somewhere over the rainbow, way up. Meanwhile, Toto is peeing on your leg.
If you're waiting for purpose to be provided from the outside, you may be looking for a long time. Consider the possibility that you participate so deeply in the process of creation as a self-conscious or self-aware human being. Create your purpose and have that purpose be something that so inspires you.
My wife got pregnant again, and we discovered the baby had trisomy 13, and that's like super Downs, and it's always fatal. And he lived 8 days, but it was kind of lose a son, and everything goes back on the table. And my wife had always wanted to work in Africa. I never wanted to, but after he died, I just felt like I should do something that would make her dreams come true. I was kind of not knowing what I was getting myself into. It was so outside of what I thought I would be doing. We went to a school, and all the kids were lying on the ground at the school, and it was a dirt floor. And they don't usually let kids get away with that. So I asked the teacher what was going on, and she said it's Thursday, and they haven't eaten since Monday. And when they sit up straight, they faint. Everything changed for me then. I kind of knew I'd never be able to go back to my old life. And it just flashed in that maybe we should try to build a computer center. By the end of our program, they should be able to take the certification test for Microsoft Office, which means they've learned the programming language and Access. They've learned Word and Excel. You're employable. The solution to Kenyan problem needs to come from Kenyan kids or from Kenyan citizens. Westerners can assist, but the solutions to a country problem need to come within its own people.
I can tell you this with certainty. The people that I know that are the most alive, and I'm thinking of people that I know who are up there, 80s and 90s, those people are givers. And I think what those people get is that the pie is way bigger than we think. It's not limited shares. The more we give away, the more you give away, the more that comes back.
Instead of waking up in the morning and looking out and seeing whether it's okay for you to be a good guy today, instead of you waking up tomorrow morning to see whether it's okay for you to be extraordinary You don't have to open your eyes to make that decision. You can be there in bed and say, okay, I'm totally responsible for what's occurring in my life, the good, the bad, and the ugly too. But I'm responsible, and I get to create it, and then when you open your eyes, you see it. Personal responsibility has to do with the way you and I interpret the facts that are occurring. And we have the privilege of being personally responsible for the facts in such a way that they come from us rather than are done to us by the circumstances. Now, I'm not saying it's true, but I am saying it's a way to live a life that can only be gotten from being personally responsible.
I'm not saying you're directly the cause. From a context of responsibility, I'm talking about playing the game of life as though you are creating it. I don't know the truth. And science is getting closer and closer to proving that we really are unfolding our life, and it might actually turn out to be true. But that doesn't prevent me, whether I know it's true or not, to get behind the idea that my life unfolds and I create in my life as though I'm creating it all. I'm taking nothing away from God. I'm taking nothing away from the universe. I'm just asserting myself in life as the player of my life, as the author of my life.
When you stand responsible and you get that it's a stand, you get that it's not, again, true with a capital T, it's not cosmically true, but you choose it. That redefines your past, it gives you a different outlook on the future, and of course, your present shows up differently.
The challenging thing about responsibility is that most people collapse it or confuse it with either guilt, feeling guilty about something that you've done, blaming yourself for something you've done, or obligation, burden. And responsibility, if you really sort of dive into it, is very freeing and very exciting and very empowering, because all of a sudden you get to be the captain of your ship.
You become a different being when you're sourcing what's going on in your life. When it's being done to you, when there's nothing you can do about the conditions in your life, you're a sad sack. You're a case. You're a problem. You're an upset. When you're the source, you're in charge. You're in control. You're the boss. You're the CEO of your life.
One day I have headaches. I felt nausea and sick, and it wouldn't go away. And I explained to the doctors the symptoms, and he said, yeah, this looks sort of strange. Then, they did the analysis. They tested, and they found out it was a brain tumor. And he gave me a list of doctors to see. So I went to see all the doctors, and all of them, they were giving me a year of life. One gave me only 10 months. So until I went to see one, and he said, you know what? You're gonna survive. I said, really? I was like, how? Why? Well, he started to name all the aspects. I said, I want you as a doctor. You're in the driver's seat. So I started, with him, and they said, well, we need to take it out this time. And that moment also was a turning point, because there's so many times that you can get surgery. I mean, imagine that they open your head and there's a limited time that they can get in.
Are you ready to experience the best year of your life? We've created a new 12-part subscription DVD series, specially designed to coach and support you in living your ultimate vision. Each month you get a brand new DVD focusing on a primary area of your life. Get the answer on great health and vitality, creating loving relationships, creating money, building a business, ensuring wealth and prosperity, raising great kids, and much more. Plus, as a Best Year Program member, you also get 12 installments of the premium edition of What's the Question?, The Answer's monthly online newsletter. It's packed with extra tips, video clips, and special messages from our team of coaches, available only to members. Keep the power of the answer alive. Act now to receive a limited time special offer. Log on to gettheanswer.org.